You're listening to the Fear in the Southwest podcast. This is Drew.
I'm Stephanie.
And Alan.
I'm Ryan.
Welcome to Season 4, Episode 5.
Woohoo! So excited.
Are you?
I am so excited to be here.
Yes.
Are you excited, Alan?
I'm somewhat excited.
Steph?
Somewhat.
I'm excited.
Yeah?
I'm always excited, yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. That's good, because we're talking about an interesting topic.
Yeah, we are.
Is it really out of this world, or are we just on a different realm?
What?
If it's aliens, it's out of this world.
Or, realm if it's extra dimensional beings, but that might be a whole episode in itself.
Had to get smart about it.
Yeah.
Couldn't help it. So, yeah, we've briefed on UFOs. We've talked about the Phoenix Lights, specific for us Arizonans who walked outside and saw a weird triangle light slowly going over the city.
Swamp gases.
Illuminati.
Yeah.
Plane flares. We've heard it all. But let's talk about something a little more in depth, like why do people not want to talk about UFOs or aliens or other beings?
So you'll get alienated?
Oh, you got a button for that.
Hold on.
Yeah.
You don't want to be scrutinized.
So, UFO cover-ups.
All right. So when I think about UFO cover-ups, I immediately start thinking about the one from LA.
Yeah.
The LA invasion.
Battle of Los Angeles.
Yes. Yeah, for those who don't too much know about that, it's a huge event that happened in LA a long time ago where an unidentified flying object just appeared over LA, and people do what they did and shot their guns.
Yep.
A lot of guns were shot. And
Hundreds of thousands of rounds of ammunition.
hundreds of
Yes.
thousands. The streets
Big
were
shells.
littered with ammo, and this thing just kind of brushed them off and just stayed in the air,
Yeah, it didn't do anything.
and then just disappeared as fast as it appeared. And the government said, guess this,
The government said,
it was a balloon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
The
that's
world's most powerful balloon, apparently, that can't be taken down by
Weather
100,000
balloon?
scared LA people.
a weather balloon that is falling no matter what.
shots fired. Not for this balloon.
But okay. First
I
thing I
get
want to say
knocked
about
out,
this
but I keep going up again.
is, do you understand how balloons work? Like 100,000s of rounds was shot at this thing.
This thing's
Yeah.
getting pumped with lead.
Well, no, just think about how long it would have taken to fire off that many rounds.
Yeah, that's true.
And it just stood there? No, a balloon would have been down and gone a long time before that.
There were a lot of voices on a lot of speakers, a whole barracks full of dudes who were shooting at the sky.
Yeah. There's an iconic picture of these lights appearing, and you see the police squad, and you see them just kind of baffled because, like we said, they released a whole thing of ammunition. It did nothing.
They unleashed the LA Army, and
you look-
it's like, nope.
And if you look really close, you can see them all shitting their pants. Like there's
bet.
just brown spots everywhere.
They try to blame it on,
Gives a whole new-
Japan. They try to blame it on war,
Sounds like a shit
spies,
show.
all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
No, it's just this guy from, Sector 6 just looking to find the right directions. And,
Get shot.
His GPS wasn't working correctly.
hey, you came up in the wrong town, buddy. We don't like your kind here. No,
Roswell's that.
no more, sir, no.
You're in the wrong skies. LA Pride. You're going down. Guys, I don't think
That's
it's going down.
This
Pretty
is why
par for the
people
course as far as like any sort of skirmish that people have had. A lot of pilots have pilots have done this. It's awesome. It's awesome listening to their testimony while they're talking about how they engage these things as a group.
That's the next blockbuster, like directed, written
Pirates.
by Alan, is Aliens versus Pirates.
They already had Cowboys and Aliens.
My gosh.
So that is
Oh my god.
Pirates of the Galaxy.
I'm guessing that's
Yes.
that's behind the Mary Celeste
Yes.
disappearance.
Pirates of the Galaxy.
They just kidnap people, make them walk the plank, and
Yeah, just see Johnny Depp, Jack Sparrow, just like shooting cannons, just knocking UFOs out of skies. There was just like, what has
floating
Hollywood
in
turned
space.
into?
Oh my gosh.
Ships going up in tractor beams.
screw this recording. Let's go make that movie.
And already we are off rail.
That's how it works here. Once it starts, it's hard to stop.
What do you guys know about UFO cover-ups?
I know for that when you would talk to these people, they were told to not say it to the public or not debrief others on this. You know,
Yeah, usually very like hush hush.
we will not back you up. You will be
Yep.
made fun of. You will be removed from post.
Yeah, like if you say something, you're done. Like no one's gonna believe you. You're gonna look like a damn idiot. And
It said the same things to astronauts.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Pilots, especially the Air Force, definitely has coming, to like a lot of reports on the things that they've seen up in the sky.
recently the government's releasing some like UFO stuff, and
Yeah. Especially
Yeah,
during the
they're
COVID time.
unredacted
They
a
started
bunch of- a
coming
bunch
a
of
bunch of
these.
stuff.
Yeah.
it's like all of a sudden the COVID hits, and they're like, "All right, guys, let's give them some aliens.
COVID's just the alien cold, man.
Give the people what they want."
But, we've talked about this on other episodes, but there's so many cultures with structures that, they seem almost humanly impossible to have been made.
Especially
And
on, like, slave power.
too. Yeah, and some of the material too is like unidentified or
Yeah,
Came from a different spot on Earth. Stuff like that. Yeah, it's crazy.
like giants get the same premise. Like, is it aliens? A giant? Who really built the pyramids?
and that really just kind of stems into an interesting theory that Alan and I were talking about the other day. I believe in a previous episode we actually talked about the correlation between aliens and giants and the Nephilim and a lot of these things that we've been making episodes on, but like it could definitely be both. I mean, if the Nephilim are offspring of alien and humans, then of course maybe aliens and Nephilim and giants, help build the
angels of
pyramids.
biblical lore are way different from what we sort of made the image. We've designed this image of people in Greco-Roman armor with wings. What they're talked about in the Bible are floating masses on 16 wings.
Like, who needs that many wings? That's a lot of wings.
Reducing the largest places on Earth to salt and ash.
Like, have you ever seen something with 11? Like, what? How many wings?
16.
16. 16 wings fly. I mean, like, don't you think some of the wings would get in the way of the other wings?
Yeah.
Start hitting each other.
I mean,
Just a dude and a bunch of wings.
Well, just because he's in wings doesn't mean he flies.
well, then what's the wings for?
For
Decoration
food.
Cosmetic purposes.
Just a guy who went
to
out and got
attract
some
mates,
wings.
like a peacock. Except for it's wings, not tail feathers.
Like a peacock. I see.
Huh.
Right?
Flaunt them with their wings. Hey, he's got 16 wings. We like him. I don't know.
Honey barbecue.
yeah.
That's funny. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good.
I totally freeballed that.
So what, I mean, we mentioned the names of like Egypt, and a lot of people theorize that they pretty much gave them their gold mine as far as technology of the day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as far as Egypt goes, like that time period, the stuff that they were accomplishing. I mean, one, you can go as far as, well, the pyramids themselves is quite the feat. You know, considering the size of the, you know, the stones and stuff they were building with. How did they get in that spot? You know,
The masonry is
Masonry
insane.
is
How,
insane.
how does that even exist?
And not only to, to talking about batteries. I mean, that's
Yeah.
something that also is a huge indicator of, okay, this isn't natural. How these people were harnessing and creating electricity
Yeah.
right?
They were very advanced.
when their neighbors
Yeah.
were figuring out how to melt down metal. These guys were harvesting
when they were doing
electricity.
this, they were in the Bronze Age, and they were using bronze still, but they were using like impressive enough masonry that they couldn't even take the smallest amount of like dust and move it through the space between the
Yeah, it's some very
giant stones.
tight fitting masonry. And think of the holographics or
the hieroglyphics.
hieroglyphics. Yeah, sorry. That like just the writing style and like that language, like very unique. I don't think there's any language even to this day.
It's the first written language.
Yeah, and there's a lot of different cultures where they found writings in caves on rocks.
yeah,
And some of
I
the
don't know.
pictures also depict something in the sky.
Yeah.
The first,
even then-
first was cuneiform, right? But I mean, they talked about the same thing in Babylon back in that time. That's where most of the lore we have about the Great Flood came from. And their gods came from the sky, and their gods were basically like combined with animals, the same way that you see Egyptian gods or the Mesoamerican gods.
Or, Greek mythology. The demigods and
Yeah.
demons of Greek mythologies and different Japanese and Asian cultures, too. There's a lot of animal, human, it's all over the world. It's not just one or two areas.
And then at some point, every one of these cultures that had been, brought into the golden age, a new golden age for their technology, they were about like the Egyptians were about to have the best technology, the best understanding of energy of anyone on the planet, and then nothing happened.
They just
Same with
vanished.
the Mayans; they had this technology,
Yeah.
and then it's almost like they were shut down.
Yeah.
It's like boom. That's-
Either shut down or they finished.
The Great Age of Egypt was over.
That's also something you gotta think about is like, did they really just like die out, or did they finish what they were doing?
or were they shut down? Like,
Yeah, maybe.
Like you know too much.
Maybe they caught like
Or they were abducted.
a spaceship out like we talked about that the other day. We talked about some of the biblical stories like Ezekiel carried away on a golden chariot.
Jesus Christ,
The
ascended
wisest of all
into the
men.
Sky,
The prophet Enoch spoke a language, the language of the angels. Enochian language is a.
Then he climbed a
script.
staircase up into heaven. He just yeeted out of existence, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Well, he went to become the first person changed into an angel. Metatron was in the Book of Enoch.
So all of these things are talking of people who were accepted into the sky by ex-religious figure.
Ra's chariot, or are you okay there?
Yeah, fine. I just like how you said ex-religious figure.
Well, I mean, I don't want to say,
X or X.
Well, it's, okay. I don't want to say like by God or
Yeah, no,
by
I-
enlist all these things. I'm just saying by religious figures, just like X in general.
Yeah, no, I
not
just-
saying who.
I just like how you put that, and I don't know.
Well, I'm
Think
glad.
about whether it's Ra or it's
amused you.
Apollo.
It's interesting how, like, between different societies, civilizations, how advanced, like, the Egyptians, the Mayans, and all that, like, and they just
Yeah.
what happened? You guys are so apparently wicked, smart, advanced.
Advanced cultures, very advanced, ahead of their time.
And that's why I was saying, like, what if they didn't just disappear?
The forefront of
they
all.
went somewhere else, like, and that's what goes back to the theory of these religious like figures, you know, whether it be like Jesus Christ and God.
Whole empire is just silenced.
Mm-hmm.
But like, you know, the Egyptian gods, you know, the serpent hill, you know, and they worship a serpent like God. But, you know, then let's go back to Christianity.
It's only been recent. That's only been recently discovered too.
But exactly, so
Serpent oil. Yeah.
But like they worship this serpent like God, and I find it really interesting that in the book of Genesis, in the Christianity religion, the serpent's seen as a evil being. You know, so it makes you wonder if there's a faction war.
I tend to think of it as more of a adversarial view.
Yeah, there you go.
Than as any kind of
an adversary.
You know.
So like, but it's still like a conflicting force.
He's one voice in the conversation with God.
Exactly, but like, could that also be a representation between the adversarial approach between two alien races?
Moses went to meet God on top of a mountain and came back down with the 10 commandments, right?
The light so bright you can look directly at it.
He spoke with God in the burning bush, right? Before bringing down Egypt overnight.
Oh yeah. You know, with this rod that controlled the weather.
And then the same stars that lead you and everyone who's supposed to come to your birth, like Jesus.
Oh yeah. The
North Star.
The North Star. You know, what if that was an alien spaceship that they were just following, that beckoned them? You know, like you never know with these things. You know, like the intelligence of the human race is increasing, actually exponentially over time. You know, almost multiplicate. But yeah, that word. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I can't talk right now. But like, we're getting smarter. So we're able to dissect and digest these theories and thoughts. You know, it's like, at what point do we get to the point where the Aztecs were and we get abducted?
And you know what's interesting? What you just said
I don't
right
want to
now.
be the Aztec Empire or the Mayan Empire. They're both dead.
But what you just said right now, how we're getting more advanced, we're getting smarter. We're also learning more about things that were suppressed, especially with religion. A lot of religions forbid questions. Questioning of God, questioning of how Earth was created. There was a lot of suppression. I mean, people would be burned to death. They'd be tortured. They would be executed. So these thoughts couldn't be explored. And now we're in a culture where it is okay to explore. So I think that's why so many other things are coming up.
All the heaviest seats of power are from the people running structured religions, right? So the popes, the people. I mean,
The Vatican.
You know, the Pope used to have dictation in everything. Who the kings marry, the order of hierarchy. You know, just all that stuff. The Pope had like such much involvement, and still does in some aspects, less than what it was before.
If all of your stock that people have in you and your power was like brought to heel by the idea that people will realize that maybe this wasn't always God right here that put them in power, or maybe I mean, a lot of the Catholic Church would be in jeopardy if you started talking about how maybe this thing was aliens, or maybe this thing wasn't demons.
They lose their power.
Yeah, they would lose their.
You know, let's go around the table real quick, because I want to expand on this idea, on this one simple question, and I want everyone to put like their input in. You know, obviously, I think we kind of know the answer, but I want to ask each and everyone here, what aspects of like aliens and UFOs do you think is the biggest cover-up, like between fact and fiction? Like, what do you think is like genuine, like fiction, like that like that didn't happen, or that's being covered up, and why? Like for instance, like Roswell, for example, was like a shit show. UFO crashes, quote unquote, bodies were recovered, quote unquote.
I'll say that within a few hours, they had a colonel in that dude's ranch, right there.
Yeah.
They were going to give him this technology.
And then taken away, like, why? I guess the question is, why do you think the government, which is say specifically the government, wants to cover this stuff up? Is it, for me, I think is they know more. Obviously, they know more than we do. And maybe if they were to release that kind of information, the power would be taken from them. Maybe if mass civilization has a better understanding.
If they have technology that they don't want anyone and that they could be against to have.
And I think they have it's like a power thing. Like if we have this information, society doesn't. And is it for our protection? Or is it just...
So your question is, what is
think
our...
about the technology as a weapon, right? Do you want to give the weapon to anyone else?
Exactly.
So your question is, what do we think the overall like conspiracy as far as the government's concerned involving aliens? Like what do we think is going on there?
What is the government's motive for covering up?
Oh, okay. Their motive for covering up. Why are they covering it up?
Why are they covering it up? Is it? Is it a seat of power? Is it to keep society from knowing information? Is it a combination of both? I think it's kind of a combination of both. I think it's like a hierarchy. Like, hey, we got this information. We know more than society does. But if society knows about this, they're going to revolt. Or are they going to want that
It's
information?
like the secret that everyone knows that no one's allowed to talk about. It's weird.
Yeah. Or
it's an alien.
Instance, maybe the government found out stuff that maybe society can't take.
Maybe it's a preparation for something that's going to come.
Maybe the government's working with aliens.
Maybe they know something's going to come. Maybe people realize what happened to these cultures.
It's become more and more of an
back.
elephant in the room, though. I mean, when you talk to people now, it's not just, yo, you're a freaking moron. You're a redneck.
Yeah, just some guy from Louisiana.
Your grandpa didn't see shit. He was just hitting the shine.
Well, let's just go around the table. I want everyone to put a little input in. Obviously, I feel like the government hits like a hierarchy. Like either they're protecting information from us, or they're afraid we're going to use the information against them. What about you, Ryan?
All right, I'm going to try to make this as quick and simple as possible because I think about this an unhealthy amount of times a day. All right, so I think that first I want to talk about how bad human nature can be. Everybody has ugly points, but when you get to a position of power where there's no one to check you on that and you can't develop as a person, you get power crazed, you get power hungry, and you think about that that you get intoxicated by it. Mm-hmm. It's a very addictive thing, power is. So when you have all these...
I think this technology is kind of a nuclear deterrent, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. But like... once you gotten a taste of power, then you don't want to let it go at any reason. Now, I think that the government has communication with aliens. I think that some deals go down with aliens. I think that they're not, estranged to aliens, but they're trying to play the field so that they get the most out of aliens to be able to have a firmer grasp on this world. We are the sheep. They are the masters. This top, percentage, Illuminati, whatever you want to call them. The top tier, the top creme de la creme of the crop, of humanity wants this hold over this planet because they see the bigger scale. They know there's other planets out there. They know there's other planets that want our planet, or maybe to bring us to their planet, or have their own plan, their own vendetta. But they don't care about that. They care about keeping this world safe for them to take advantage of.
That's well put. That is well put.
So it's like the top people are fighting two wars: the war outside of our planet and the war right beneath their feet.
Okay, I wanna sort of like about it. I don't know what's the best way to put it. If we have this person in the room with all of the amazing technology, right? This is the alien, right? This is the alien technology. I'd say that talking, like, the idea of trying to talk people down after their entire world blows up is something terrifying. Think about the hit that civilization in general would take if, all of that question is left out, and we're being visited. We can't do anything. We can't fight it, right? We'd spend hundreds of thousands of rounds of ammunition and hit nothing, right?
Yeah,
Like LA.
You can't.
That's got to cost something.
That's terrifying. That's terrifying.
Yeah.
Every government is in the business of keeping its people in first place and safe. Right?
Yeah, that's well put. What are your thoughts, Steph?
Ooh, there's a lot of thoughts going through my head right now. But I don't know. There's a lot of stories where people recount the same event, whether it's a small town, people that were at a lake or a camping trip, and there's several families that experienced something that was traumatizing to them. Whether it was they remember waking up in the middle of a surgical procedure and seeing weird beings performing things on them, or seeing their loved ones strapped up to something and someone performing a procedure on them.
Dentists.
But dentists are aliens.
Dentists are aliens, guys.
That reminds me,
we totally have implants, then.
I knew someone that was convinced their implant was communicating with the aliens.
Like they're billing?
Yeah, they had like dental implants, and they said they would get a weird ringing in their ear, and that would signal them to go outside, and they'd look and they would see the ship in the sky. I'm not even joking.
Wow.
This was a client
that's crazy.
of ours. Yeah.
I don't think he's crazy. I don't know.
But there's so many people that experience, and it's all over the country, all over the world. They experience I'm putting air quotes, an abduction, and what they describe is very similar to what's happened to other people. Some people have had health problems, and they go to the doctor and they find out they're missing like an ovary. Someone has done surgery on their uterus.
Yeah.
Weird things have happened to them.
Anesthetized once. How did this happen?
Oh, yeah. And I had another crazy story. I knew someone whose father had never had surgery, never had anything, but had knee pain like you wouldn't believe. They were always in pain. And so the job was becoming too strenuous. He went to the doctor. They did x-rays. He had a metal plate in his knee.
What?
He had never had surgery. He had asked his family. He had never had any type of procedure done. He was never in war. But there was a metal plate in his knee.
How did it get there?
Did he have any claim of lost time? That's usually the first question.
And then, this person drank a lot too. So easily
so he just passed out in his own front yard, woke up in his backyard, and his knee hurt.
And, people can easily be like, well, they're an alcoholic, they're drunk, of course they're going to have lost time. But imagine
every
if
person
it is
who was
something.
ever abducted.
But the thought
was
of that
called a
is
drunk.
like, I've never had an operation, and then all of a sudden, like, something weird's going on with your body, and like, you got a metal rod and holding your leg together.
Yeah, can you imagine that?
What?
Oh man! Hopefully they find it before they end up in like. Oh man! You don't want to be the guy in the airport trying to go through and realizing.
Oh my God.
That's like the first time you realize there's a problem. You're like, my first vacation.
So that's why I never could get on a plane.
I don't have
off the
sir,
fly
you're gonna
list
take your shirt
forever.
off. Just sure you're gonna take your pants off. We're gonna check your shoes.
Wait, put your pants back on. We don't want to see that.
Just like the alien, first thing they do is take my pants off.
That's the first thing Alan does when he steps into an airport.
Oh my god!
I like to be comfortable.
The flights are already so uncomfortable. Delta Airlines. We don't care if you take your pants off.
We're not sponsored, and now we won't be. Thanks, Ryan.
Yeah.
Man, that's a
You
big
never
market
know.
for us podcasting on airplanes. You know?
Hey,
Put
man,
your pants back on, or we will not be bringing out any drinks.
if Delta hit me up tomorrow and is like, look, we will sponsor you. You'll get all the free flights you want. I would say no. I already have back pain. Thank you, but no thank
Yeah.
you.
Oh my
That's the fourth kind, close encounter.
Oh, yeah.
Fourth kind. That's the butt.
Right.
Oh, prostate exams.
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
I don't know if they have butts, but they sure like ours.
It reminds me of a Dos Equis commercial. You know how they go around like about the guy.
I'm like,
What was his name? The most.
The most interesting man in the world.
Yes, where they were like aliens ask him to probe them.
I don't know.
Do you guys remember that one?
Oh my god!
That was a
That was
thing.
That was in a Dos Equis commercial.
Wow. Yeah. Look at the times now. That would.
I don't
not fly.
always abduct.
Oh my.
I don't always abduct, but when I do, the aliens ask me to probe them.
Maybe they were trying to enlighten us, and now they're watching us like doing the Naruto running at Area 51, and they're like, fuck that, fuck that. Let's just wipe them out.
Or maybe they're like, hey, this is a pretty cool guy.
Yeah.
Or we're just on that station where it's like, you guys want stupid humor? Watch Earth.
They're testing us, and they're seeing flat earthers, and we're not impressing.
What if there's like a time where someone was abducted and it just like they actually had a conversation with an alien, be like, we've been watching you for millions of years, and we just want to say, what the fuck?
First, you're
Why are
drawing
you
the
guys
little
eating
stuff,
Tide
the
Pods?
animals on the ground.
Why are you guys eating Tide?
You see giant. Yeah, you're drawing
What are
giant
Tide Pods?
animals on the ground for us to see.
You guys see our crop circles? You should be drawing like that. Clean cut circles.
Now we, yeah.
They don't know where to
We
land
still
now.
right on the ground. I think it says like send nudes.
Aliens like, what is send nudes?
I think I've seen that picture somewhere. Probably taken by an extraterrestrial.
Laughing. They're like looking up nudes. What the fuck is wrong with this planet?
Another crop circle looks like a DP.
Yeah, it's just two.
Oh my gosh.
Or an eggplant.
Another
Eggplant. They start using
Another
emojis.
corn maze with tits. Awesome.
Okay, guys, we got to start teaching aliens emojis.
Oh man.
If you
Way to
ever get the
communicate.
chance, that might be a way to communicate. It's for the future.
Teach aliens how to use emojis.
Yeah.
I see
We got to
art.
break down that language barrier.
I see
One
art.
eggplant at a time.
I see artwork for this up to kazoo right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's also the theory that the aliens were us. You know, we are just them but younger, right? We've evolved. We've evolved into them.
Yeah, that's it. I believe that theory is about the gray men, right? Is that they're actually humans from the future that have come back in time to
Like a
fix our
sign-
fuck ups before
yeah.
they become fuck ups.
Oh. That makes sense.
So now we're mixing with time traveling aliens.
Because they have the technology.
Yeah, there's just this grandfather, right? And they're watching.
Oh,
And
I mean,
eventually,
I don't-
if we evolve the same way that they did,
I mean,
be them.
I mean, like just looking like, cause I'm picturing the evolutionary scale of human beings in my mind and just in your mind's eye, just leave a couple black, like, you know, figurines and then a Grayman. How many more, like, hundreds of billions of
don't need
years
that.
do humans have to
We don't-
turn into a Grayman? Like, That's messed up, man. Like, have you seen their eyes? Like the shape of their head? Like
intelligence would,
we took a turn.
rid
It was
us
like,
of the
whoops.
need
They all look clammy.
to have like
Yeah, they're
physically imposing bodies,
Clammy.
right?
and they blink sideways.
Ink.
That's a lot of inbreeding.
We don't need
The hills have
powerful-
eyes.
Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
That's a gross
Where did this
movie.
episode go? What the fuck just happened?
I blame you for that one.
I know, that's my fault.
Yeah,
That's my fault. It's radiation. You never know.
that'd be a great movie.
Is it radiation?
Maybe.
Oh, that's actually another interesting thing. Have you guys noticed that the eyewitness count for UFO abductions and sightings increased exponentially after the atom bomb went off? Mm-hmm. Like, I don't think that's quite a coincidence.
Doesn't sound like a coincidence.
I'd say that's their need to know. If we have the tools to wipe ourselves and everything else out,
Yeah. Or maybe it's just like some aliens on TV
NASA.
and they switch over to let's see what's going on Earth. It's
They're
been
like,
boring for the
oh
last
my-
couple seasons, but let's see. It's just like America nukes
During the
Japan. They're like, oh, I am in.
I don't realize
This season looks like it's going off for a great start.
we didn't realize for a long time how close we came to wiping ourselves out. In the space race, we literally detonated nuclear weapons in the atmosphere, created a band of radiation that would have wiped us all out.
Humanity,
It was only once we were able to gauge for these rays that we realized how close we came. You know,
I mean,
Humanity
humanity
will be
as a
its own
whole,
downfall.
is pretty much a special child with a full mop bucket. Like,
That's
like
a great way to put it.
you
Yeah.
know, like you would really
Shit
hope.
spilling everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, I was more talking about drowning in it, but
She's like spilt everywhere, and he's like, no, drowning in it.
no, I mean, like I'm being honest.
I'm over
like,
here. How big's this bucket?
We constantly hope that we're not that dumb.
we are. We're
There you go. Thanks for
Really
finishing my sentence, Alan. like we hope, like you'd hope that
Okay,
that child would
okay.
be smart enough to not drown in
the
2
bucket.
inches of water, but it happens.
It happens. That's why there's always the child
a
with
sign,
an
yeah. There's a
X
sign on the
across
side of
it.
the mop bucket.
Okay, I got a fun one. Let's mix it up a little bit here. Let's go around. What do you think an alien would say to you about you?
Oh
Like
my
an
goodness.
evaluation. What would an alien say about you, Ryan?
Aliens. Oh my goodness. Like about like what? Okay, here's the
Okay,
question.
like you're being critiqued by an alien. What would the alien tell you?
on what though? Like on my
On
work
life.
ethic, on life, like how I'm living my life.
Yeah, in general.
Oh God!
Like you get this one meeting.
I would
with
be
this-
roasted, man. I'd be roasted. I'd be like, you know, it would be bad. I think it would be pretty bad.
what would the
But
alien say to you?
I would think like if it's an alien that's like more that
little
can.
creepy bastards. They're called Oompa Loompas. Yeah, they'll definitely roast you.
Yeah, they'll sing a song about
They'll
you.
sing a song
They'll
about you.
roast you, and it will rhyme.
Exactly.
Like that's next level shit right there. But no, but
I
about
wanna see that movie.
about the alien critique on me, I would say that maybe I would hope that the alien would see that I'm trying to think outside the box. You know, I'm not trying to think like a cookie cutter human. You know, I'm trying to think, you know, like I see myself as a little bit different, you know, and hopefully that appeases my gray men overlords. But but as
I see
far
which way
as
this story's going.
like being like and the next Thomas Edison or Einstein, like inventing levitation crafts, like that's just not my suit. I'm sorry, I'm not that smart. I just figured out how to ride a motorcycle, dude. Like I don't know nothing about atomic theory, but you know, I can draw. You want to see some drawings? I mean, I could probably do some pretty cool crop circles if you gave me one of them whips, you know, like.
I will draw the alien some tits on the ground.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if they teach me about the ways of the universe, I will teach them how to improve their Nazca lines, because those are bad drawings. Those are bad drawings for intelligent beings.
Yeah.
They might be smart, but they're not artistic.
And the aliens weren't impressed to have pictures of monkeys and stuff and spiders on the ground.
I mean, Snake Mound was actually pretty cool. I don't know if the audience has seen Snake Mound, but I mean, like, it's a giant snake eating an egg, and it like the curvature is pretty on point with that.
What about you, Alan? What would your alien critique say?
Oh, he knows about my masturbating problem. I have to imagine.
Oh my God. And your addiction is starting arguments on YouTube.
Yeah, my addiction.
But what would he say?
It's true.
Oh, you just mentioned those? You just say we know and dip?
Yeah. It's like we're psychic, but you don't have to keep yelling.
Oh, Alan. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I feel like Alan would more roast the gray men. Like, I really do. I really think that he would turn the table and be like, well, you're just rude, and I'll just hover off.
Here's what Alan would do with the gray men. He would sit the gray men down and say, you got to check out this music video.
And it's just like, hey, do you like heavy death metal?
Have you heard this?
Have you heard this? They're like, we don't have ears. Like, well, it's a music video. Just watch. You're psychic, right? You can just figure it out.
Make a movie where like the extraterrestrial like crashes, and then the rest of it's deliverance as we're trying to catch them and do stuff to them.
Alan might just overwhelm them with questions too. What's your thing with butts? Could you tell me about the butts thing? Like, you're making this uncomfortable, sir.
What about you, Steph? What would your alien say about you?
I have no idea. Probably. We know you see us. I don't know.
We know you
There's been so many weird things, but yeah. I don't have anything to say.
I'm glad we can't hear them. I bet it'd be like creepy ASMR all the time.
They'd be like, Stephanie, please stop looking through our windows. Yeah. If you keep looking through our windows, we're going to put a restraining order on you.
Well, I am the alien of the zodiac. Supposedly Aquarians are.
Oh,
maybe
that
I am.
explains a lot.
So maybe I'm part alien.
Have you heard any of the
I am here to probe.
This is actually
Whoa!
It's a real question, but have you guys heard like
the probing that they do
of the astronauts?
What happened?
Astronauts talking about lights they've seen while on
Oh
board.
yeah, and the weird noises
And sounds and music.
sounds. Yeah.
Dark Side of the Moon.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Apparently there's alien
Aldrin.
stuff over there.
Buzz Aldrin of the Apollo 11 has done a series of polygraphs while he talks about it.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that. Yeah. What would the aliens say about me?
Said that there were lights and that you weren't supposed to like talk with them through by knocks or by any other thing.
No
You weren't
communication.
supposed to respond to any knocks
That's
on
creepy.
the outside of the.
Yeah. No
Definitely
thanks.
creepy.
I would definitely respond. No, I really would. Like, I mean, if there's a chance that there's another alien, there, like, the chance to have an alien friend outweighs anything ever in life.
I'm seeing visuals of ET. I'm sorry.
Ever.
Yeah, it's sexy.
Like, you might get, okay. You
Get
could,
in the basket, you alien. We're flying over the moon.
He'll make you phone home.
you can go outside, get bitten by a
see my
Gila
base?
monster and drop dead. If that can kill you, don't care about what an alien does. The worst thing is you die. Same thing that the Gila monster is going to do to you. If not, either they're going to take you home, teach you their ways. They're going to be your best friend and be like your backup homie for the rest of your life. Who knows? Or you just like, I don't know, but like it can't be that bad than anything that Earth can provide.
That's a good way to.
That's
It's
a
just-
good way to put it.
Every time they
Can't
told
beat 'em,
some
join 'em.
prophet
Yeah, exactly.
how to lead us into a peace.
It's like Earth fucking sucks, man. Take me with you.
I think I've seen a sign that actually says that.
Yeah.
Probably some homeless guy. Please.
How much
get me
longer
off
do
of-
we have, given that we have that nuclear weapon on this planet right now, and we could wipe ourselves out any day?
Come rescue us, I guess.
I don't think they want to. I mean, like, you're just going to make that over here, man.
Yeah.
Well, they're smart enough to counteract
we
that.
They've seen us go through
Yeah, we saw
plagues.
it.
They've seen us go through all kinds of stuff, and they haven't come.
I swear to God, we're like a hit series for other species.
We're not saving you guys until you stop doing the most ridiculous things that we do.
Yeah. I don't know. I have no idea what my critique would be other than we know you know about us and you talk about us, but you never shut your fucking mouth. So you're gonna spill our secrets.
It's true.
You would spill their secrets.
I would.
You're not good with secrets.
Terrible.
Terrible.
Okay. I just had a little bit of a brain
It's
bubble,
about
but
doing
imagine.
like, hey, Aunt.
Imagine Drew just like getting just like a bunch of aliens just appear and start kicking the crap out of him. And like when he's just on the fetal position on the ground, just like, what the fuck, man? They're like, that's our word. And they just, they him. You didn't see nothing. You didn't hear nothing.
Yeah. You made some racist joke about the Greys, didn't you?
I just got a really bad rhythm of my ass getting kicked by aliens. That's my critique.
It's our word.
It's our word. What's my word then?
It seems that they've tried to have children with humans in the past, and I'm down.
That's all I'm saying, man. It's just like, I mean, Spanish is boring, but speaking gray, man, like, I think I might study that. That'd be a cool thing.
Gonna write on the ground and then just lay out there.
We're gonna see Ryan in next door with foil hats, signs, drawing in the desert.
No, that's hot, man. That's how you burn yourself.
Come on.
You
wouldn't do it for the aliens?
Have you ever wore a metal watch in Arizona sun?
Yeah, it burns.
Yeah. Imagine what a tinfoil hat would do to you.
I've seen crazier shit. All right, guys. We're gonna have to wrap this one up.
All right, we'll come back to it. Just revisit.
We'll do a revisit, but this has been Fear in the Southwest podcast, season 4, episode 5. Hope you enjoyed listening about UFOs. We'll see you next time. Stay creepy.
Bye.